Hello, and welcome to What If the Hokage Debriefed Naruto After the Mizuki Incident, Part 12. Last time, Naruto showed off his new technique, which I'm going to be calling the Orange Flash Battlefront, which he uses the Flying Rising seal on himself and then creates dozens of shadow clones spreading out. By using the Flying Rising, he can freely substitute himself with one of the clones, and his clones can do the same with each other. By doing this, he's able to prepare powerful jutsu from a distance, then instant transmit himself into close range to deliver the blows. Because the Raishin Shuriken can only be used by the original, because it damages the whoever's using it, and that would pop a shadow clone, the original Naruto makes the Raishin Shuriken and then flashes forward to Orochimaru to deliver the blow, with Kakashi finishing off the Snake Sonic. Now, I'm going to have to do a quick retcon, because last time I mentioned that Naruto used the key seal for his, the Jinchuriki seal to steal the Kyuubi's power, which turns out that he doesn't get that seal, doesn't get the key until much later on in the story, so I'm just going to say that Naruto got much better at controlling his emotions and rage whenever he was using the Kyuubi's power, so he's more controlled over the Fox Cloak. Now and then we have Kasame and Itachi, now kind of outnumbered because Orochimaru got taken out like a chump, which that's what happens when you give Naruto enough time to become OP. So Itachi basically gets I did a coin flip basically and decided that Itachi was going to stay undercover and the Kasame and Itachi fled. Whereas Karin, Sengetsu, and Jugo all became prisoners of Konoha. And Roshi, the four-tailed Jinchuriki, is injured and is going to be brought to the Leaf. Is not so much a prisoner, but prisoner. Now, during this time, Sasuke is being released from, the Anbu. He's back in healthy condition. He's in full health, but he's not that particularly strong. He's still got the 12-year-old's physique on a 15-year-old's body, so he's just barely good enough to be a shinobi these days. But he does have a lot of jutsu, because it was technically his Sharingan that Orochimaru had used for those 3 years. So he knows dozens of jutsu that Orochimaru used. He just doesn't really have the chakra quantity or the physicality to use most of them. So, ironically, Sasuke has kind of taken the note from Itachi in terms of combat ability. While Sasuke is being released from Anbu, because he's past, he's no longer a threat to the Konoha, because he's being focused on Madara, or Tobi, or whatever you want to call him. Tobi himself shows up. He's trying to get Hidan and Kakuzu out of prison and bring them back to Akatsuki. And with Kamui, he does it pretty easily, but not before running into Danzo and Sasuke, who make a rather unlikely allies in fighting Tobi. I think they might get a few good hits in before Tobi uses Kamui and gets the heck out of there. So now we're going to skip back to the Elite Village, with Team 7 and Team 8 are now back in the village, and we're going to skip ahead to the 5 Kage Summit. Really, there isn't much going on with Sasuke and Itachi, because Sasuke has different goals, and the 8 Tails, Killer Bee, hasn't been attacked because there hasn't been time for that yet. The 4 Tails had just been, ambushed, so that's got a few days, probably a couple weeks before Killer Bee is going to be hit by Sasuke in canon. So Tsunade is going to be the Hokage in this situation. Danzo is playing nice. He's not a hypocrite like he is in the original story. When he says he's going to do evil things for the good of the Leaf, he means it. He doesn't have some secret goal to be Hokage at any cost. So he's actually supporting Tsunade as Hokage. And Tsunade, for her 2 cards, she's going to bring Naruto, because he actually is, even though he's still just a Chunin at this point, he is one of the strongest ninjas in the village, and he's also going to bring Hiruzen Sarutobi, the 3rd Hokage, to be her guard. He's not that much of a combat person, but he's got a lot of experience, and he's got a lot of presence, especially in a meeting like this. So, and by bringing him, she has a benefit that none of the other Kage have, having 2 Kage in one, representing one village, because most of the time a Kage retires by dying. Now we also have Killer B at this summit because he's not running away from his responsibilities. So he and A, he's one of A, the fourth Hokage's guards, and they're probably gonna throw Zabuza in there too because he's a very powerful ninja in his own right. So he might be with I think it's the fourth Mizukage. At the same time, the Team 7 and 8 are going to, minus Naruto, of course, are going to be escorting Roshi, the four-tailed Jinchuriki, and Sengetsu, the missing man of Mist, to the summit as kind of bargaining chips for the Land of Stone and the Land of Mist to kind of help with this alliance. Another little thing to get the point across is whenever the other Kage question why Naruto is there, considering he's just a Chunin that's 15, he's formally introduced not only as the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, but as Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage's son, which gets a pretty big response, especially from the Land of Stone. I cannot remember how to pronounce Unuki's title, but the Kage of the Land of Stone, the Stone Shadow. But so with Roshi as a bargaining chip to get this Land of Stone involved in the alliance, and of course Sengetsu, and the improved relationship that Mist has because of Zabuza and Haku, they have four people. They have four of the nations down, so not really wanting to stand out. The Raikage agrees as well, and so I think probably Killer B might have a influence on him because Raikage's not angry in this case. He's not out for vengeance over his, brother in arms. And to appease him, because he's unwilling to join the alliance, the Raikage is put in charge. And their mission now is to attack the Land of Rain, which is their leader, Pain, also the leader of Akatsuki, and they're going to make the attack. Now, although their interrogation of Hidan and Kakasu revealed that Pain has the Rinnegan, but what the Rinnegan actually does is more myth and legend than actual, jutsu. So all the path's abilities are still a mystery, but unfortunately that's not going to give them much of an advantage considering this is a formal alliance. This is basically a much smaller, Fourth Shinobi War, only it's the 5 great nations against one small nation. But so on the Akatsuki side, we have the 6 Paths of Pain in Nagato in the wings. We have Konoha, the paper mistress. We have Kasame, Hidan, Kakuzu, and Zetsu. We also have Itachi and Tobi. But as soon as the fight begins, Itachi is going to go after Tobi, who Itachi still hates Tobi for the part he played in the Uchiha Massacre. Now, if this was a fanfiction story, I'd probably, add some new villains or new enemies to make the story keep some tension. I mean, I know the Land of Rain has their own ninja, but we really don't get to see them much, except for Hanzo, the salamander, who's already dead. It's really only ever see the Land of Rain in the form of the Chunin exams. So I'm gonna just come out and say it. Akatsuki loses. Might even give a little fun part where Sasuke and Itachi actually get to team up to fight Tobi, their mutual enemy. But as I'm afraid I'm not at the point in my career where I could give you the entire rundown of how each Akatsuki member fights the assorted alliance and eventually loses. But I'm going to say Black Zetsu still survives. He's still floating in the wind, still, writing history from the sidelines as he claims in the finale. But the rest of the Akatsuki die, or are captured, because Hidan can't technically be killed. So this is the Fourth Shinobi War, and it is won pretty easily, all things considered. We're probably going to have some casualties, but that's going to be it. And fortunately, that's with no one to bring Madara back, no one to bring Kaguya back. That's going to be the end of the story. I can't remember what the big evil statue was. That was basically the shell of the Ten Tails, but they locate that. They probably release the tailed beast or something along those lines, and we basically have an ending. It's not a very good ending, it's very anticlimactic, but that's kind of what happens when you give Naruto all his retcon powers. Let me know if you think there's anything more I can do to this story, and put your comments down below.